Jose is mad loud in the next room, so I hope y'all can hear him. Let me see if you can hear me. So, okay, yeah, good. Close. Okay. So, as the title suggests, we are finally legal. I've been checking the stupid Florida Department of State website nearly every day. It wasn't gonna show me nothing there anyway, so I don't know why I was checking there, but we are legal. Florida Department of State. We got our LLC. So that is done. Got our articles. I ain't gonna show it because I got my official lishel, but yeah. We're there. We're there. So we are officially registered with the state of Florida. We got our EIN. I jumped the gun, which I did not realize. And I had it on my paperwork of how to do it in what order. But my smart self did the EIN before doing the LLC, which was backwards. So at least in the state of Florida, you were supposed to have your LLC first. So if you're in Florida, don't do like me. Get your LLC, then do your get your EIN number. So we're one step closer to opening our content studio. We got a long way to go. But some of this official stuff, that this was one of the main linchpins in getting to the next steps in all of the foundational things. So let me pull up my Trello board. I had my accountability call this evening. It went really well. A lot has happened today. I'm still dealing with this thing on my back, but today has been the best day so far. Um, so hopefully tomorrow I'll be up to regular speed. But yeah, this has been a nightmare. Oh, I forgot to share the screen. Duh. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Today is at least as later in the day I felt, so much better. Let me come back. I'm messing up, y'all. I meant to share the screen and I forgot. So let's see. Share screen. You would think I have not done this 25 times before. But here we are. Here we go. Share the screen. This should be second nature for me at this point, right? So here is the Trello board. Okay. There we go. So you're seeing what I'm seeing. So we needed the LLC so that we can now do our DBA. And then I can go to the bank and we can get our Dun and Bradstreet. I probably can do this Dun and Bradstreet without going to. No, I want to have my DBA first because I want it to be in that name. So I need to do that next. That's what's next on my top 3 for this week is getting the DBA. I am working on the brand positioning that I was working on last night. So if you didn't see that, go back and watch last night's stream. It was only a quick 5 minutes, but I felt like I turned a corner because I don't want to say I was getting disillusioned, but those self-limiting beliefs were really hitting me hard last night. And, I just got the right word at the right time, as I think what I named that stream, because I heard what I needed to hear at the exact moment that I needed to hear it. So having said that, I'm going to show you where I am with the brand positioning. I haven't finished it, but I made some progress. So these were just some of the questions. Hold on. I don't know why I'd be perpetrating a fraud out here in these streets anymore. Can you see me where I feel like I'm super low on the video? So, yeah. These were some of the questions and just some of the prompts that I had found on Pinterest of all places that kind of helped me think bigger about diving deeper into this brand positioning. So that was one of the questions that came up from the branding company, Guiding Brands, and her partner, Steven. I want to say his company is Four Quarters or something to that effect. We'll get back to that in a little bit. We'll circle back. Let me put myself a little note so I won't forget to circle back because there's an update there. But so one of his questions that kind of has taken me into this little tailspin, so to speak, of having a lot of doubts and stuff, which was it was good. And, I'm glad that he brought that up because it made me realize like I really need to drill down into this a little bit further. But I had got to the point in my head where drilling down into the thought process was sending me into a tailspin of doubt. I guess that's the right word, just like, okay, are you sure is this really what you want to do? Or, it was just thoughts that were like, I don't know. I don't know what the word is. They were really debilitating thoughts. And I was still working through what I needed to work through with, as you can see on the sheet. This is what I was working on as I was having these really like I don't want to say terrible thoughts, but like thoughts this like, you don't know what you're doing. Just I don't know, just weird. I was in a weird headspace, and that's not even my character. Like usually once I have an idea and I'm moving forward on the idea, I won't let, naysayers or even people in my family or people in my sphere of influence like say anything that will knock me off my like focus. Like I know like you mean well, but um I'm still gonna move forward with it. I'm headstrong in that in sense of the word and most things, but for some reason I was just in a weird headspace, and that word was right on time last night. So this is what I was working on. Like I said, the brand positioning, and I'm just like really trying to dive deeper into at least what in my mind my target audience or that specific person that will purchase or will become a member of what I'm creating, right? So some of the things that I found, it says the audience, the term audience personally identifies with highest value for the ideal client. Oh, so the this is the term I was going to write here, the term that my audience personally identifies with, right? So I put that there as like a guiding star, but I haven't put what my term is, but that's there once I figure it out. And then the highest value for what my ideal client is, what empowers what empowers growth-based decision making, requires competitive awareness. And then so this was the statement that I came up with, the positioning statement. I said the only content creation studio that is affordable for video content creators in Central Broward County who want to stand out in an era of, I couldn't come up with a word because the word that kept coming up to me was mediocrity. And that's definitely not the word because there are other options that are fantastic. But the word is eluding me right now of what I want to say there. And now that I've said this sentence out loud, it's probably not, I won't say that. I want to be the only content creation studio that's affordable for video content creators in Central Broward, Florida who want to stand out in the era of blah, blah, blah. So it needs work, but that's where I am so far. And then this is for the creators. So they need easier process to create. Their enemy is time because they are side hustlers. They are people that have a 9 to 5 job already. that is funding the dream, right? And then I didn't come up with any insights or how they're thinking right now. They want a buying process that's simple. And then the desired response, I left that blank too. And then the benefits, the emotional benefit, I said that is a private room basically. It's the function of it is that it's sound controlled, and the product feature is that it's aesthetic, and then the consumer target, it is affordable. So that is what I have so far for the brand positioning. I still feel like I'm way off. I don't want to say way off the mark, but I have a lot of work left on this brand positioning. Like I really need to get deeper into this and work on it more because it's not it's not complete, and it's not conveying what I'm thinking. I'm having a difficult time in translating the thought that I have into words, if that makes sense. So I'm going to keep working on this, but in the meantime, this week is, like I said, doing the I have to work on getting my DBA. Oh, I did find a bank, an online bank. I don't remember if I shared this with you all, but I was on YouTube the other day. I'm always on YouTube, as you can tell. And one of the guys was talking about Relay Bank. It's an online bank, but he said they're the only bank that he's aware of that has the profit first model of banking, where you can have five accounts automatically set up, where it automatically kind of divvies your funds out how you set it up. So you can have like your expense account, your taxes account, your owner's draw account. You can have your five accounts, and as money comes in, it's automatically kicking the portions, the percentages to those five different accounts. And I thought that was really dope and really good for bookkeeping purposes. He actually created account, within that video, and it was like a super simple process. One of the things that he did say that you would have to have your EIN and your LLC documents. So we could potentially get that done this week as well. So hopefully by the end of this week, we will have buttoned up these last three things on this list. And then we will go ahead and move on to build. So still working on the tribe little by little, adding people on social here and there. The other thing on my top three for this week is I have not got that Facebook situation straight yet. So for anyone that hasn't seen the previous video where I talked about my social media debacle with Facebook, I got hacked like 2 years ago, and I have not been able to get that I can never say it, second two-party authentication piece. So the hackers set up the two-party authentication with their code or whatever. So whenever Facebook sends me a code, it goes to the original hacker that put something in place. I have full access back to my site, but I only have access on my cell phone. So I haven't been able to log in. You know what? I got to check on my other laptop because I believe I have access on my laptop, but I don't have it on this MacBook or my my MacBook or my iPad. So anywho, the whole thing is I don't have 100% access to Facebook because of that two-party authentication. So that's the other thing on my top three this week. And then the third thing is, which that's going to come into play hugely when I start building out, wanting to get, my pages set up for this new venture. So that was the other thing. Now, circling back to 4 quarters, I think that's his name. I don't want to I ain't gonna worry about it. If it ain't, I'll put it in the description below. But they sent me, so that was Guiding Brands and her business partner. So they both have their own individual companies, but they collaborate on different projects. So he sent me the proposal. Excuse me. He sent me the proposal. I want to say late, either early this evening or late this afternoon. So I got to look at it. I was able to look at it with my accountability partner. We were both very much so impressed with the package. Um, we were, it was very clean, it was very clear. They did a really good job of explaining what each step of the process entailed and what to anticipate or expect for the deliverables. They were, the payment, structure. It even gave you options on what you could do within each budget range. It was, and then they also had where you could add things a la carte if you needed to, or things could be tweaked. It was, you could have things tweaked however you needed based depending on your situation or circumstance. So I was very much impressed with that. So overall, my experience with Guiding Brands, they're here in South Florida area. They have been top notch from beginning to end. If you remember, on one of our very first lives is when I was going to look for branding companies in the area. And the one that I was kind of like all the bells and whistles, and I was like, wow, they really have their stuff together. They're really nice. Um, they didn't reach out at all. Like they didn't even respond to the inquiry email that I filled out on their website. Like either one or two things. Either they're just so busy that they got so much work that they can't even take on no more work, but we'll get back to that later. Or they are scattered. Like, it's only two answers to that. Either you just scatterbrain business people and you're not like serious about your stuff, your website and your clientele's websites and things that you show as deliverables that you have done in the past look really well done, well thought out, look timely and things like that, but you didn't respond at all. So I don't know. Either way, as a business, I just feel like, even, I mean, I want to say Guiding Brands, I believe when I filled out that questionnaire on her website that there was like an autoresponder that came back to me. If it didn't come back that day, it came back the next day, like, thank you for reaching out, blah, 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 blah. That sort of thing. So there is no excuse in 2024 to get to have an inquiry page on your website, get an inquiry, and there's no communication. It's crickets from here on out. So I don't know. But so it just goes to show, don't be so critical. Still go ahead and check with the company, even though as I was looking through Guiding Brands portfolio, and I was like, wow, her blog is kind of like, oh, like she really hadn't had much stuff on there. But her process has been top notch from touch point one, which was me finding her website, to actually having a meeting with her and her business partner. Like, it's been phenomenal from beginning to now. So having said all that, I am I'm still undecided. I am more leaning towards that company, to Guiding Brands, than anything. It's just I'm worried about the timing of it right now. Like, should I go with my first thought of go ahead and prove this concept, get people to raise their hand and say, I'm interested, um, possibly even spend $1 with me to show like I'm serious, and kind of push this time frame for the branding piece of it a little bit further, So I don't know. That's where I am right now. I'm like, I feel like it's necessary because that's one thing that I know that is not my strong suit. Like I know I am not a graphics person. Um I can do something simple, but I know that the look and feel that I want this brand to have, I think it's very important to have a cohesive brand, especially when you're doing a real business. Like what I was doing before is more just like content marketing. Um it's not a brick and mortar. Like I feel like that's just this is so much more on the line that it has to look right. And you don't want people to go and look at your thing and feel like, oh, this is just some old, scrappy, something that they done put together and I'm not gonna waste my time kind of thing. You know what I mean? So that's where we are right now. Like I know I don't have to spend, a lot of money on it up front, but to just have one less thing on my head and not have to worry about it, sometimes what is it? Peace of mind is worth it. And I have seen their previous work and I'm impressed with it. It's just that I don't know if the timing right now is right for it. I feel like I need to prove the concept. But I will respond to them tomorrow and we'll take it from there. I'm not quite sure where I'm going to be tomorrow in my decision making. I feel like my answer is um at this moment. And I still have one other conversation that is to be had this week. So that's still a hanging chat out there. But I feel like with this company right now, I feel like it's a not right now, but very soon. Especially if this other conversation goes the way I think it's gonna go. So I am not gonna hold you. I think that was all of the updates that I could think of right now. If not, I will punch them in tomorrow when we get on the live tomorrow evening after work. All right. Oh, I've been talking to y'all this whole time with this Trello board up. My bad. My bad. I didn't mean to do that. Stop sharing. But yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow evening and we'll see where we are tomorrow. Oh, I got my little favorite dress on. Y'all know I ain't naked. This thing on my back, I can't put no clothes on, so I don't know. This is a mess. I can't put no real clothes on. But anyway, good night. For real this time.